Hello, we're Moments in Time, and I'm Avrils, Vicky, and Tim, and we're going to do a little online show for you guys. What's Moments in Time? One of the things that we do is we follow a location through different periods in history. So it's the same location, but we don't know what's going to be happening there, depending on what period of history we're going to. So, Vicky, let's have. Could you give us a suggestion of an object?
A glass ice cream bowl.
A glass ice cream bowl. Thank you. We're in a beautiful, big, stately home. It has a big oak table in the middle of the dining room. This big oak table has dust on top of it, an inch thick, and there's nothing else in the room. So when you talk, there is this echo all around. In the middle of this big oak table is this bowl, a beautiful glass ice cream bowl. It has not been used for many, many years. We're in the present day, and this is definitely something that's resonated from the past. It's very sparse, and when you look through the big bay windows out onto the lawn, you can see these big oak trees. They encompass the grounds majestically, like leaders. They're so powerful, so strong. And when you look at the table, you understand that they are of the same wood, and they almost speak to each other. Some footsteps slowly creep into the room.
So if you want to just follow me this way, this isn't actually one of the rooms I've seen before, but just come on through. Come on through. So this is what. Just check the property notes here. Hold on. This is known as the Great Dining Room. And yes, I mean, as with the rest of the property, all the fixtures and fittings, so the table here, the marble fireplace, all the bits and pieces here, the bowl and everything comes with the property. So I think we've now seen all of the rooms. And do you have any questions at all? Anything you'd like to know? Just feel free to ask.
Well, yes, thank you, Marguerite. Yes, I too many questions. Too many questions. How many do I not have? Yes, you were referring to everything coming with the house. Would that involve? Would that involve what might describe as conceptual baggage? You know, notions of hereditary tradition. What one's meant to do with the house. Is there any literature related to that?
conceptual baggage, you
Yeah.
say. Well, I guess, I mean, I'm not sure if it falls under the same category, but there was a mass murder here. And so I guess people have described the energy as being sometimes on the sort of sinister side. But apart from that, I mean, it's always been, it's been the Duke of Montague's estate for the last 300 years. And really, besides that incident, it's always been known as a loving, caring, so the trees outside, the trees anyway, they were planted way before the property was even built. So you've got a lot of history there too. Does that answer your question?
Almost too much. That was a fount of knowledge. Goodness me. Good gravy, one might say. Thank you. That's. I'm now trying to reconcile in my mind the history that you're talking about, and the parade of trees, as it were, into through life and into doing their duty as part of the fixtures and fittings in here, as it were. I'm so
sorry. I do just need to correct one thing. It wasn't a mass murder. It was an en masse musical. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And that makes more sense with the sort of the musical associations known for the Duke of Montague and his family. I'm sorry. That's my error. I do apologize.
Well, no, it's good you clear that up. That's a strong distinction that should definitely be made. I can't tell you how many. Growing up, I'm getting on a little bit, but I can't tell you how many amateur drama societies things would have. How many times things would have panned out very distinctly differently. If anyone had specify between a musical and a murder. There were, one might say there almost isn't a difference if you're not a fan of musicals. Anyway, yes. Well, that's that's put my mind at rest, because I was a little taken aback. I was looking at this beautiful table here. Look at the work on that, and as I say, all the fixtures and fittings, and I was a little taken aback, as I say, that they might have been tarnished. Such beautiful work, and that's something monstrous might have happened here.
No, that's very much.
Yes.
Very much my error. I do apologise for that. So yes, no, nothing monstrous that I'm aware of. Except as you say, maybe a few duff notes here and there over the centuries. But yes, the table. We were mentioning the. Oh, it's very dry in here all of a sudden. We're mentioning the trees outside, and it is thought that the table was actually carved from one of the trees on the estate by the fourth Duke of Montague as sort of part of his, I think it was part of his will that he left the table to his grandson because it meant so much to him, having carved it with his own hands.
Goodness me. Wow, that's a dedication to a legacy. That's I only wish it could have carried on. I mean, who knows what happened to the grandson? But if he was still around, then no doubt there would not be anyone, musical lover or otherwise, being led around. A lovely person like yourself, to actually with an eye to buying the property. I feel I'm one can't help but you'll feel you're trespassing in a way, even though there's no one to rightfully stay here. I can't help feeling that I'm taking something on that's bigger than myself. Have you ever felt that in the estate agent industry?
Yes, absolutely. It's always hard coming into a place. You do often feel an energy, as you describe, a sort of conceptual baggage in exactly as you described it. And I do feel it's important to sort of embrace those things and to ask those kinds of questions. But yeah, property like this, the size of it, the age of it, it will have that sort of essence until you put your own stamp on it, really, till you really just take this room for example. I mean, the table itself, it does have a history, but for you, is this the right room for it? I mean, do you want to keep it at all? Do you feel like it needs to be passed? Do you need to go in search of the family tree that who could possibly still lay claim to such an item? But maybe you want to move it outside, maybe you want to move it into the drawing room, which we saw earlier. I think it's important what you need to do. What I've learned from doing this business for 30 years at least now, it must have been, is you have to take that conceptual baggage, you have to stare it in the face, but then you have to throw it away, and you have to put your own mark. Tell me, Martin, what's your mark going to be on a house like this?
Goodness, that's an energetic sell there. What my mark? Gosh. Well, I suppose I could knock some of this through. Turn the table into a ping pong object. A ping pong object, not even a table, just something that that people associate with the sport of ping pong. I suppose I could do all kinds of things about it. I've just been overwhelmed by what you were telling me, and I think I should in time do something with this place. It's just getting over the feeling that I don't quite belong. You mentioned
Lord and Lady Montague, 4th Lord and Lady Montague. They're in the garden of their grounds. They are chopping down a very large oak tree.
Taking a rest already, dear? How's it coming? Oh, you haven't pulled that muscle again, have you?
I certainly have.
Oh, well, I got Nesbit to bring us some cool, I think they call it lemonade. I'd not tried it before. I thought it would be fun. Such a warm day. Here's one for you.
Absolutely.
And we've got just to make you aware, this is Her Majesty's crystal. It's part of that set we got. I think Nesbit's going to make us, he said, lemonade this afternoon and ice cream this evening. Can you imagine it? So cheers to Her Majesty. Cheers to Her Majesty.
Cheers to Her Majesty. Oh, that is absolutely delightful.
Oh, it's sharp.
Oh dear. That really hits every corner of one's mouth.
Certainly does.
Quite the way.
Gosh.
I have nearly finished with this tree.
I mean, you went for the biggest one, my dear. You went for the biggest one.
Well, it has to be a very big table for that room. Now we've had that musical recital where they murdered it half to death. My ears were bleeding. I can't. You know the village are not going to. For centuries they'll keep talking about that. We'll be remembered forever as the
mass murdering musical Montagues of Manchester. So I wholeheartedly approve of your vision to just change that room, to just transform it into something else. And I think this table is really going to, it's going to be the thing.
Yes,
So,
indeed. I can't, I just do not want to have to deal with any more foul unpleasantness about this whole musical thing. It's very, very embarrassing and upsetting. And I think a beautiful wooden, made with my own hands table will just be the perfect centerpiece for that room. And there will be no more music, be no more foolery, apart from this delightful, exciting ice cream that you talk about. My darling.
it is, you know, Thomas is going to be very upset, though. I mean, he does love the.
I know.
But you're right. We must move on from it. So table. You're thinking 12, 15 feet? What are you thinking?
20 feet.
Oh,
Surely.
20, okay. 20. I'll leave it up to your very good judgment, my dear. Very good judgment.
It should fit in, shouldn't it?
Absolutely. Yes. 20 feet. I mean, you could make it 30 feet really in that room. It fits, you know.
I don't think it's going to be
60-piece orchestra. So you, I won't mention it again. I'm sorry.
You'll just encourage him. We're always encouraging his little whims, and then it's always an embarrassment or a disaster, or it costs us an awful lot of money.
I know.
I
just can't say no to him. He's our little teddy bear. He's our little munchkin. He's our dearest, our one and only.
He's a fool. A good.
I didn't mean to walk in your awkward tension there, my lordship, my lady. I just a little tray there for you, and with a variety of ice creams. That we have a Neapolitan, that we have some mint choc chip, and we also have a tutti frutti. I'm told those names are very popular on the continent. I shall leave you forthwith. Thank you.
Thank you, Nesbit. Oh, look at that. Nesbit. What a delight. Have you ever...
and spoons. There you go. Thank you.
We're not animals. Thank you. Tutti frutti. Sounds very vulgar.
It does sound very... I was just about to say...
Let's give it a go.
Should we try it? Yeah. Oh, it's cold.
I can't feel my tongue.
Light. Oh, have some lemonade. Wash it down with some lemonade. Yeah, go on. There we go.
Oh, tart.
Oh. Well, this is delightful.
When I've finished the table done, and we put it into the great room, I was hoping that we could perhaps have a little time away
Time away.
Yes, you know, go on a little trip.
Without Thomas.
It's time that he manned the house and took some responsibility.
But he's only 35. Do you really think it's time?
I think it's beyond time. 35 is a ridiculous age to still have one's mother tell one everything.
He's our teddy bear. I want to know.
He's not a teddy bear. He's a 35-year-old man. You know, I do. It is my fault for just going along with this teddy bear nonsense. He needs to just get on with things. I mean, shows no interest in any ladies at all.
Well, he is interested in other things.
Being a fool, gambling. And then the ladies that he is interested in are not the ladies that want to get married and settle down.
Well, he's only 35.
He is 35.
Oh.
People die at 35.
Don't you dare say that. Don't you say that.
But they do.
Doesn't it remind you of you? Doesn't Thomas remind you of you? And how whimsical you once were, how carefree you once were. When we first met, you whisked me off to, the south of Spain, and we spent 6 months backpacking, and people said we were a fool. People said we were, insane. And look at us now. We settled down. We have a little teddy bear. We don't need to push him away so soon.
This is ridiculous. Honestly, Margaret, we cannot go on like this anymore. We did this silly song for him, this musical, and he was atrocious. It was an embarrassment. People talk about it. And I just want practical things. I want to build a table, and I just want him to have responsibilities, and if he takes responsibility of the estate for a while, and we can go, and if you want to relive our joyous times traveling, then we can do that. But he's not coming with us. Now, I don't say I don't love him, but sometimes love has to be tough. He's not a teddy bear or any other child's toy. He is a 35-year-old man.
We see
any ice cream.
We see an open field with one single oak tree dominating the center. It is in the wilds of rural Spain. Two individuals have met under the swaying branches of the tree as it bends and shakes in the summer breeze. One has a wide-brimmed Cavalier style hat and a long sheathed sword above a hefty buckler. The other is attired in the manner of a monk, and they both are looking furtive, as if a great plotting has just come to its culmination. Gaspard.
Oh.
My old friend, I knew you wouldn't let me down.
No, I will never let you down, Antonio.
We said under this tree that we would meet when all was done. And I see by the look on your face that you've completed our quest. Have you killed? Have you brought an end to that disgusting bard, that musician?
Yes, Antonio. I promise you I have. He
In the
is...
King's Court, no less. How did you possibly get in there? I marvel at your accomplishments.
I am a master of disguise. I always have been.
Good God, who are you? Where did you come from? Antonio, oh my God. You play with me. Ever you play with me. So, how did the musician die? Was it horrible, or was it slow? Or was it
was a slow...
quick, step, quick, slow?
It was horrible. It was slow. It was fast. It was bloody. It was clean. It was all the things it could be. It was pure, unadulterated death.
I thought for a moment you were about to say it was also death and also life, which is slightly against what we came here for. But
it is. In the moment of death, there is life. Life comes from death.
This is true.
When you kill someone with their own instrument, the music of life fading from their eyes and the cord around their neck, making that sweet A note.
Gaspard, you relish your work. You relish your work, I have to say, and yet you do step into the realm of the macabre. I've told people I'm here. I definitely would be missed if I went missing. I just thought I'd let you know that.
You are safe from me.
Good.
My dear friend, why would one ever want you not on this earth?
Well, there's a number of reasons. I've been thrown out of many academies. I'm sure there are many musicians in the royal court who would have me flogged for my vendetta against them.
I can protect as well as I kill you.
Well, that was George. You know, you and your dramatic proclamations, Gaspard. Oh, it's a hot day. It's a hot day. Thank you. It smells divine. Oh. Do you know? I almost see someone behind that tree over there. Who could that possibly be? No. I think we should maybe all look in that direction, in case there is someone there. Oh, there. What? There is. Oh, look, we're looking that way. There we go. Oh, however, what a delicious flask of drink. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Weed them out quick. Look at this beautiful bread and this amazing cheese.
They're back. Whoever, what? Are they?
Who are you? I can't hear you.
They are mind matters. They are speaking in tongues. What?
Please.
I can't hear you over the end of the field. It's your way down the... Oh, sorry?
Please, sirs. I just want some cheese.
Oh.
Like a rodent.
I didn't hear anything. I'm looking for any scraps of food or any beverages. I didn't hear anything of your conversation. I just wondered if
Then how did you know we're having a conversation?
I
Antonio, I got him.
Well, she could have inferred that from watching us standing here talking to each other, Gaspard.
Oh.
However, are you sure you've heard nothing of our conversation, child?
I've heard nothing of murder. I've heard nothing of musicians. I just want some cheese, please.
Right. Oh.
Let me get my knife.
Whoa. All right, now, Gaspard.
Yes, sir.
To cut the cheese, you fool.
Antonio!
Antonio.
You psychotic loon.
Come. Well.
Right. You know, I like the cut of this boy's jib. He could see clearly two dangerous men talking in a field alone, and that he still approached them out of desperation.
Please, sirs, you have no idea how hungry I am and how I would do almost anything for food.
What is your business? Where have you been?
Just been in the forest, in the trees, and I know everyone in this area. I have information. I could be of use to you. I could maybe direct you to more profitable endeavors with in the mansion, the big house. There are many musicians.
Musician? I was going to correct you, boy, to say that do we look like mere merchants of fortune? We have a mission, which you have touched upon inadvertently. We have been making inroads into high society in order to perpetually destroy and stain the public idea of musicianhood itself, and of bards, and of after my years of being abused and insulted at the music academy in which I was brought up, the Pursuit Academy. I have made it my mission to corrupt and despoil everybody's ideas of entertainment generally, but also of musicians and musicals. And it is my mission to seed this idea through the generations so that people will rub up, as it were, against their natural proclivity to liking music and have internal fights and maybe put on terrible musicals, but for this idea to continue down the ages.
I just wow, that's some conceptual baggage. I just thought you might want to, musicians are quite wealthy. You could sell their instruments for money, and they're a bit pompous. And there's quite a few of them up at the house if you were so inclined. But yeah, I can show you the way. There's a secret woodshed entrance. I could, but if you make it worth my while.
There's a secret entrance in the woodshed.
What is worth your while?
Food, shelter,
protection,
friendship.
Would you like a flamboyant hat like mine, boy?
Sure.
I can kill someone and get it for you.
Wear it on your head. Take my hat. There you
Oh,
go.
Antonio is so generous.
I'll meet you back here at dusk. I'll show you the way. Good day to you, sir. Sir.
What was his name? Either way, I'm just going to call him boy.
That sounds like a good plan.
you know, Gaspar. And Gaspar too fades into the night, as shall I.
I go to sleep.
Well, I shall do that too then. Nighty night.
We are back in the present day. Martin is sanding a wall in the great room. The big oak table looks on, strong, sturdy, ever present.
Goodness me, what am I going to make from you, eh? It almost makes me think that there are things and there are patterns and circles in this world that are bigger than I. And yet I cannot bring myself to look upon such beautiful, timeless work as this and attribute it to murderous or negative impulses. No, I think that, oh, if only, oh, it's so dark in here. If only someone could take on this place who would who would see that there are more noble patterns and ideals represented in a table
Hello?
like this. Hello.
Hello?
I'm sorry. Who's there? Oh, hello.
Hello, I hope you didn't mind me coming in. I saw that the door was slightly ajar. I just wanted to knock. I didn't want to disturb you whilst you were talking to the table.
Not at all. It's not even my house yet. Please come and make yourself at home.
Oh, thank you.
I'll pull out a chair for you.
Very kind. The arthritis has set in, rotting through my joints.
Yeah, goodness. Would you like? I've bought a hip flask. If you'd like a little whiskey, or I could call a taxi for you if you need to. Where have you come from at this time of night?
I don't need a taxi. A whiskey would be very nice, though, if you don't mind, young man.
You go then. Oh, baby, I've just cleaned the top. Clean the. There you go. There you go. Ooh. Did you do the old roots? I imagine.
What do you think of this old building?
Oh, I've had a lot of thoughts. To quite a deal of baggage. Yes, has been on my rotating platform, and I've taken the suitcases off, and I've thought about it a great deal.
Do you
gosh, goodness me.
Do you like this old house?
It's I beg your pardon.
It's quite all right.
Yes. Oh, I beg your pardon. Hello. Yes, it's beautiful. It's almost too much to take in. I've got accustomed by now to the way people's voices seem to echo so profoundly in this room, and yet mine does not, which is very strange. But I've come to terms with it, and I think I could be comfortable here. Yes. Sure. Do you have an investment?
No, I can't afford a place like this anymore. I just like to come here occasionally. I think you'll do well here. But you have to love this house, you know. You say that you can't hear your echo, but I know you're a musician, so you can make music in another way. I saw your guitar in the corner.
Well, I'm flattered that you notice that. You're very observant.
Um,
Oh, I wouldn't presume that you might have recognized me. I think I believe that my demographic of fans is a little different, but I'm endeavoring to teach, pass on some of the older wisdom, as it were, folk music, that thing.
I tell you something. You need to get this house, and you need to make it your own. It has been void of music for so long, and it needs music to breathe. It has been suffocated. It was a beautiful house once. It was lively. It's seen many things. And this oak table is it's the death of this house in many ways.
Right.
When I see you talking to it and wanting to destroy it, I say you should break it, chop it up, make space, have musical students, have room to write your songs. That's what you should do, Martin.
Oh, how do you know my name? Have we honestly met? Do you know, I can't help but hear. It's very strange. I can't help but hear a little of the sound of the wind in the treetops in your voice. I don't know how to describe it.
This house will always be a part of me and a part of my family. But time goes on, and I am one of the last of the great Montagues. And it's now time for a new chapter in this house. Breathe life back into this place, Martin. Farewell.
50 years into the future, we enter the same room, but this time it has a very different look. Seats are scattered from the edges. There is a small platform in the middle. 2 metal music stands are placed either side of a conductor's plinth. Sheet music is folded and creased and is hanging from the stands, and a few leaves have fallen to the floor. The curtains along the windows are blackout curtains, less black and more grey now, having been bleached by the sun. The wallpaper is peeling slightly at the edges. There's a waste paper bin in the far left-hand corner. There are a few cans of fizzy pop. One of them is still half full and a little leaks and seeps through the bottom of the bin. An ice cream wrapper has been missed by a student and is next to the bin, but not inside it. A fly comes through the open window, lands on the ice cream wrapper to eat any tiny molecules of food that may be left. There's a muttering of voices from down the corridor which gradually get louder ahead of a a stroke of 11 a.m. on the clock. It's time for the next lesson. I'm telling you, he'll know I haven't practiced. Why didn't you come and practice with me last night? We'd planned to. Where were you?
I'm really sorry. I was just,
Were you with Derek?
yes, we kissed.
Goodness sake, tell me when you do more than just kiss, for crying out loud.
No, that's all. Go, I'm waiting. I'm not going to just
You're not going. What?
Well, I mean, I will, but well, it's important to me. I mean, it was a kiss. It was a really good kiss. It wasn't just a peck. It was like it was like a kiss from a big movie, a big romantic movie.
Well,
that moment.
The moment. Well, this is important to me. Kiss might be important to you, but my recital is important to me.
Yes,
I want to pass.
You will pass. Look, let's play together. He's not going to notice. You're so talented. You're the most talented person in this school, in this district, in this whole country. You're a genius. You just give yourself such a hard time.
Look, I've worked so hard to get here. I have done 3 jobs. I have looked after my family. I have done more than anyone else here has had to even consider going through to get here. I owe so much money. And yes, okay, he might not notice, but I will notice. I want to be the best I can be. I thought you were going to help me with that. But if Derek is far more important, then maybe I'll just have to change my piece. Maybe it'll be a solo piece instead of a duet.
No, don't say that. No, I'm committed. Look, I'm sorry. I never meant to upset you. You're my best friend. You're right. I lost myself for a moment in boys, and we promised ourselves we'd never do that.
We made a pact.
We made an ice cream pact.
We did make an ice cream pact.
Well,
okay.
The girls ate mine, but it was still a pact.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so annoyed. I just really want to do well, and you shouldn't waste your time here either, especially not on Derek Goodman, for Christ's sake.
Don't have to say his name quite like that. I mean, I say Derek Goodman, but Derek Goodman just sounds like a serial killer when you say it.
Well, the way he murders that trombone, he might as well be.
Oh! But we can't all be. He's good at other things. We carved our names into that oak tree.
Oh, it's vandalism. So he's good at vandalism.
Derek Goodman sounds like a vandal.
Okay. What's wrong now?
Nothing. I thought you were going to say something.
I'm waiting for you to start. What's wrong?
Tuning.
You look like you've seen a ghost. What?
Nothing.
No. What? I know you, if you're not completely focused, we'll never get through this in one go. Spit it out. What is it?
He's so frail now. He's so old.
Who? Martin?
Yeah.
Well, so would I be if I was 93. I mean, we're guessing he's 93. Could be older.
He's not older than that, surely.
Well, the academy started when? 45 years ago. And he must have been what? At least in his 40s. But whenever anyone asks, he always skirts around the issue. So, you know, best guess, 93. Could be older.
95, as it happens.
Oh, hello, sir.
No.
But having said that, I'm as old as my tongue and a little older than my teeth. That's all you need to know. Oh, I'm just going to set up here.
We're ready, aren't we?
Yeah. I'm ready.
I'm ready as well.
Are you? Well, I thought I might, what was I going to, oh yes, what did I come in here for? I thought I might set you up on She Walks Through the Fair today. However,
He's forgotten our recital.
Yes.
I have not forgotten. I've not forgotten to keep my ears razor sharp, young lady.
Sorry, sir.
It's just, sorry, sir. I think what Caroline meant to say was we booked this time to practice our recital for you. It's going to be our final piece for our diploma, and you agreed to give us pointers. We're not looking for pieces from you, sir.
No. Well, it's fair enough. That's an entirely appropriate way to. Yes, that would get that will be fine. It will be fine.
Where are you, sir? Where are you going? No, you have to stay here to listen to the recital.
So, if you'll pardon me, I'm just listening to the lady over here. Yes, I will be out in a minute. Yes, I was just on my way through. I think I'm going to go out and talk to the trees for a while. Before I go, I passed Nesbit in the corridor, and he told me to pass on this tray of ice cream. There's a Neapolitan, chocolate, and tutti frutti. And he was saying something to me about not falling out or letting resentments nag away at you until you leave an unpleasant legacy in the world. But basically just to enjoy the trees for what they are.
The trees? Which tree?
And that's a healthier legacy to hold on to. I'm just going to go out now. You talk amongst yourselves, carry on. I'm just going to...
Sir, hold on. Sir,
I'm coming, my dear, I'm coming.
Who's he talking to?
Why have we got... Who's Nesbit?
I don't know. That is a very expensive looking glass bowl. I would put that down if I were you.
Okay.
What? He's going to go outside and see the trees and he's going to see the vandalism. Oh, no. This is what I mean. I'm worried about him. He just doesn't... This is not the first time he's spoken to people that aren't there.
Really?
No, maybe it's just an age thing.
And he's pretty old. Do you want any of this ice cream?
Or help us play better.
I mean, anything can help you play better, let's be honest.
Shush! The end!
Hey!
That's our show. Thanks very much for watching.
Thank you.
Everyone say bye. Bye.